The American dream had been captivated by society all around the world throughout the decades. One of the basic elements of the American dream is that hard work and perseverance will get you far in America. This has been the idea behind the American dream ever since people started to immigrate here. People have always come to this great nation on the premise that they can start over and have a better life. And this has been the case for many decades and for hopefully many decades to come. The 1960s captured the American dream with its job creation and civil rights movements. For instance, this decade had some of the most progressive years for African Americans in this country, in large part to civil rights activist and leader Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Women had also made a large leap in this decade, domestically and abroad. Yet the 1960s also managed to captivate another side of America. The 1960s captured the fear of communism, fear of change, and fear of growth. The fear of communism had stemmed a sense of competition with communism, and that grew in this decade due to many events. Some of these events included the Berlin Wall, space race, the Cold War, the Vietnam War, the Cuban Missile Crisis, and the arms race. These events truly captured the nation as a whole, and while it grew our patriotism at the same time, it enhanced our paranoia and fears that have, in our opinion, extended and evolved in some of the fears we have today. Another major part of the 1960s was a huge decade of technological advancement. For instance, in this decade, one of the major things that happened was the first man landed on the moon. Many other events occurred too, such as the first commercial satellite being launched, the first direct dialing telephones over long distance, and also the birth of the internet that was a secret program at the time funded by DARPA. These technological advances brought many changes to the household and life in general. Politics in the 1960s revolved mostly around one man for a large amount of the decade. The infamously known man is John F. Kennedy. When he was elected to office on November 8, 1960, many people thought that the golden age of America and the world was coming. And this was so until Lee Harvey Oswald took JFK's life in Dallas. The American dream and the 1960s go hand in hand together, and the 1960s managed to excel the American dream to new hopes and prosperities.